Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Noisy Business Podcast with Sean and Brayton. Super excited that you guys are here to join us for another week of nonsense and tomfoolery. Brayton, how are you, my friend?
Dude, I'm doing good. We're, what was the last, the last time we actually spoke was on, Valentine's Day. I was like, what was the last thing that we did in February? But it was great. I'm doing good. You know what? I'm less depressed. I'm going to the gym again, trying to work out my dad bod, and
good for you.
Trying to get all the people that are non-existent at the gym looking at me again. You know, it's just trying to get whatever. How are you?
Is this something that you need to get off your chest? Is this because
maybe said some hurtful things on Valentine's Day?
Sounds pretty on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it was a lot of like, you took too much time at the podcast. I bet it sounded awful. And just a lot of like,
how would you know?
You are ignoring me.
Wait.
Where are you?
Hang on. Wait a second. How would she know that our audio was affected last week?
I forced her to listen to all the podcasts.
No. But she said that right after we did it, the same night of, right? So she knew? Is there a chance that she had something to do with tampering with some of the audio equipment in the studio?
You know what? Now that I think about it, I did tell her that we were going to podcast longer, and here's all the buttons that could ruin it.
Buddy.
Yeah, they were big and red.
I don't know if we put two and two together quite yet, but it sounds like somebody's got a jealous wife.
We apologize for the sound quality on the previous podcast, but we promise I will not let my wife in the office again.
Yeah, it sounds like she needs to learn that this is not her space.
True. Well,
and she has to respect the pod.
Yeah, and tomorrow is the beginning of Women's History Month, so say everything you need to say now.
Oof.
Anyhow,
what else is going on? We're in Lent right now.
Oh shoot!
Is that one of your?
I didn't know that. No, that wasn't
things?
One of the topics.
Well,
but I was going to say one of the things that we're going to talk about today. Yeah. We got some stuff about Heinz ketchup and them trying to locate a man from a boat. There is Chick-Fila hates children. What are some other things that we're going to talk about a little later on? Do we have any fan mail? I don't know.
Yeah, though. You guys will have to tune in and see what a disgruntled fan had to say about an episode.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Okay,
so So
is it my wife?
I don't know. It was one of the anonymous ones,
as they always are.
But yeah, we'll jump into that. But what was this thing about ketchup or Coca-Cola? Or what are you talking about?
Okay. Well, we'll jump right into it
because I have no idea what you guys are talking about. So Brayton gets very excited about anything that has to do with Coca-Cola. It's not just any beverage company
or condiments in general,
but also condiments. So if you combine some kind of trending story like that, I'm definitely not familiar with this. I have no idea where this is.
You have no idea? Okay, so this is crazy. This is a crazy story. So
we're gonna raw dog this. We're not gonna spit on it. We're just gonna
exactly.
Jam
it in there. Obviously the immensely popular ketchup brand, as we all know, Heinz, is searching for the ketchup boat guy. In a viral TikTok sensation, who he created a homemade ketchup dispenser on his boat using Heinz bottles.
Okay.
So the video of the invention totally went viral on TikTok. So people are like, "Oh shoot!" And it caught the attention of Heinz, and now they would like to reward him with some sort of an award for his creativity. So
I'm gonna go ahead and guess.
So they're trying to look
ketchup?
for this. So I know lifetime supply in ketchup. So
did you see this TikTok video?
I have not. Wow, I should have looked it up.
That'd be super cool if we could play it.
So Heinz has launched a search for the ketchup guy. He's known as the ketchup boat guy, and they're asking people to share the information about him so they can reward him with a year's supply of ketchup and a custom-made ketchup dispenser. The company is also considering partnering with the inventor to create a commercial version of the ketchup dispenser. This is not the first time that Heinz is recognized and awarded their fans for this. In 2019, the company launched a campaign that allowed customers to create personalized labels for it. Heinz is giving a limited amount of ketchup caviar during the Super Bowl during that time when they came up with that. So the latest initiative for Heinz is to use the power of social media and impact it with the brand by recognizing the fans. So let me see if tell me what your thoughts are, and I'll see if I can pull up the video.
You don't want to know my thoughts on this.
What?
You really don't want me to go down this rabbit hole.
What are we saying?
All right, so it sounds like,
What are our thoughts here?
objectively, Heinz has a PR problem. It sounds like if there's a bunch of really dumb ketchup, tomato sucking idiots that have no idea how to market their own effing product. Can't cuss because we're going to get demonetized. And that turns out means we have no podcast. So we're not going to say bad words.
Sure.
But there's some effing idiots in the Heinz marketing and advertising area. And Heinz, what are you doing? So there's a guy that figured out a new way to pump ketchup, and you're going to reward him with a year's supply of ketchup? Who cares? Why is this a trending story? Like, Heinz, get yourself into some hot water. Like, let's make this story a little spicier.
Okay, sorry. So the information that I got was crazy wrong.
Okay.
So this isn't about a guy who invented a ketchup dispenser. This is a guy who survived on ketchup while being lost at sea.
Wow, you really got to do your research if you're gonna be bringing up some topics. I came down super hard on Heinz, and now
you did. Oh my gosh! Don't you look silly?
Yeah, I'm the one that looks silly. so there's a guy.
Idiot,
how long was he at sea for?
24 days.
And all he did was eat ketchup.
He did. Let's throw up the Bluetooth and we'll take a look at some of these.
Full blast, baby.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
We're just pairing. That means that we weren't prepared for this episode.
This doesn't happen.
This is Elvis Francois, and he is from the island of Dominica. He survived 24 days out at sea with just eating ketchup and some seasonings. Heinz Ketchup wants to find this man and give him a new boat that is state of the art. So if anybody knows this man, please tell him Heinz wants to give him a free boat. It's amazing that he survived 24 days.
Okay.
But Heinz...
Oh, shoot.
Okay, so 24 days, this guy was on a boat. It sounded like the boat started to sink. And I like how he survived 24 days just by eating ketchup and some seasonings. Listen, I'm as white as they come. But do we really need to start seasoning our ketchup?
When you're locked on a boat for 24 days, for sure. Yeah. He's like, ooh, what are we having for dinner tonight? We got, of course, ketchup. That's the main protein. But what if maybe it's a little bit like barbecue sauce? Maybe we got taco seasoning on top of it. Yeah.
I really don't like that the story runners are kind of neglecting the fact that he actually left port with 2 people. It was him and his first mate, Chuck. And 24 days later, he's like, I survived 24 days with just some ketchup and some seasoning. They're like, where's Chuck? He's like, all I ate was just ketchup and not any human flesh whatsoever. Oh, those bones? I don't know.
You were here when we set sail.
I
don't think Hank came with me on this trip.
I think I need a new boat and a year's supply of ketchup.
The insane thing that Heinz is doing right now, though, is they're like, dude, you survived 24 days on a boat just eating ketchup.
Okay.
Sounds like you need a new boat.
You need... Also, he needs water.
The boat sucks.
Yeah. They're like, what the fuck? What do we do? All we do is some ketchup. They're like, what if we give him a boat bed of ketchup? No. They're like, well, okay, fine. We'll just give him a new boat, and then we'll be able to, we'll use this as an opportunity. Like, I'm done talking about it.
I do appreciate though that Heinz did, instead of going classic, like, well, let's just give him a lifetime supply of ketchup. Obviously, that would be great. But listen, if you are surviving off of ketchup, the last thing you want is more ketchup.
You know, like, he's
he's
just gonna give it out to friends and people and be like, wow, free Heinz ketchup, I love this, prawn, I'm gonna buy it now. No, but also they realize he was able to take a minuscule amount of a condiment and spread that out and survive off of it for the better part of a month. He doesn't need a lifetime supply. Is probably what, 4, 5 sauce packets?
Yeah.
Like he's gonna be fine. They're like, you're gonna give him a year's supply of it. He's gonna be sick of it. He's gonna be insulted by it. So they're like, oh, well, I guess and a new boat. Like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
How embarrassing, Heinz. You guys botched it.
Okay, so what day during the 4 days would you say that he had to start doing the old
tapping it,
giving it first it starts with a nice hefty one big shake, and I'm imagining it's a squeeze one, so it goes a little,
yeah, sure.
And so he's probably rationing himself, so he gives it a little one squeeze, and then that's your breakfast.
Yeah, sure.
And then, what day do you think that starts happening? If you have a full bottle, say you start the cruise with a full bottle, and you just had a bunch of hamburgers and hot dogs, because this is a cruise. Of course, he's just cruising around, but just flipping burgers, probably wasting it.
Yep.
Probably going through ketchup and mustard like there's no tomorrow. And then what happens? The motor gives out.
Stranded.
So probably the first day or two, he went through the rest of the hamburgies and hot dogs.
The rest of the dogs, and then
but once
he's left with his bottle of ketchup,
which of course was day one. He went through all of it.
He's addicted to meat.
And then he finds out he accidentally tossed a. How did he only have condiments on his boat? Well,
I don't know what happened.
Okay, he was stranded on there for 24 days, but only had. What if he just loves ketchup?
He's like, should I let you guys know that I've only been eating ketchup the past 12 years of my life? Here's what I think.
The 24 days, you had a entire hall full of food. He's like, only ketchup.
He's like, I don't eat that stuff.
I love the Heinz.
Here's what I think is that other condiment companies need to start paying attention to this, because I think people could survive way longer on mustard. Hey, French's yellow mustard. Listen, big advocate. Love the mustard. If I had one condiment the rest of my life, it's going to have to be mustard. Put me on a boat with a bunch of yellow mustard and water for 25 days. Give me a boat at the end of that month and a year's supply of that. Dude, you got a done deal. I'll do
mustard?
It. Yeah, mustard. I'll do it. I love mustard.
Okay, all condiment brands right now, go and shipwreck one of your people, or just send them out into a abandoned ship, I guess, and see how long they last.
What condiment?
This guy lasted 24 hours. Heinz
24 days.
Sorry, 24 days.
I was like, that kind of changes the
entire
drama of the story.
This guy just drank a whole bottle of Heinz ketchup, and that's not new.
Wait a second. The headline of that story says, "Man drinks whole bottle of ketchup on afternoon booze cruise."
What an idiot!
That guy knows how to live.
You need to start kidnapping people, putting them on boats with only one type of condiment, one bottle.
People will line up. I'm gonna line up first.
You're gonna line up to get on a broken boat with mustard. You get to select the condiment of your choice.
I'll bring a GoPro. Yeah, well, that's what I'm gonna ask you.
Yeah.
If you had to do it, and you know that you were gonna survive, and you'll be back and healthy.
This is a YouTube. This is a YouTube video.
If you have a little over 3 weeks,
watch out.
Sure. What condiment are you gonna go with? Are you a Hellman's man? Are you gonna go mayo? Go keto on that thing?
I'm going barbecue sauce. I'm going to go probably a Sweet Baby Ray's.
A Sweet Baby
but
Ray.
like a nice thick one, like a good, and maybe
you might not want to come back after that.
Yeah. Just finger licking good. Yeah, finger licking good. The only problem is I have poor impulse control, so I'll probably just
finish that whole bottle.
I'll probably start eating that. I'll probably put it on my finger and then think my finger looks like chicken fingers. Then I'll start eating myself.
I'm gonna say how many bags of McDonald's value chicken gunkets can I smuggle onto this boat? So I can't believe that he survived 24 days stranded at sea and gained 18 pounds.
Okay,
crazy.
Dude, you're messing with the experiment. You can't be doing that. You can get stranded on a boat on your own time. Okay, but hey. all the YouTube videos, I survived 30 days on mustard alone.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the thumbnail be like,
Yes. I think that's going to be in the thumbnail of this episode. Probably some mustard or ketchup. Was that about?
Yeah, we'll just be like, oh,
damn.
Yeah, it's going to be.
That's pretty interesting.
That is going to be nuts. Get the condiment game. Get into it. Maybe this can set a viral trend on like survivability. Like what is the least food? What's the food products that you could survive?
Is
on?
the sauce really boss? Like.
Is the sauce really boss?
Or you're at a loss without the sauce. We'll workshop.
You're dead without something that rhymes with that.
Yeah, sure. Not sauce.
No.
But anyway, you said we were going to be talking about that.
Oh,
that's
yes.
crazy.
Okay, so now I don't know if I trust my sources on the next one.
You got to be careful.
But Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Chick-fil-A sauce. Oh, that would be good.
Nope, that's gonna be gone in a day.
That's
gonna be gone in a day, buddy.
Lather it up.
Oh, particularly. Let's see here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, but wouldn't that be a way to get out of the
Chick-fil-A sauce? So good.
Dude, that's actually
so
so
good.
bomb.
You would never last 24.
No. That's so bomb though, because if you get, say you get on the boat and you're like, cool. Your only goal is to make this sauce last as long as you can, and you're trying to beat everybody able before it.
And it's gone.
say you are. It's like when you're done.
Commercial.
When you're done with this bottle, it will end. So the fun part of it is if you want out, you have to guzzle an entire bottle of sauce, which at some point is not going to be good. If you're needing to drink an entire bottle,
a whole bottle of a condiment is gross.
It'll be gross. You'll probably throw up. But if you're like, I'm bored on this boat, all I got is I forgot my Kindle, so all I got is the ingredients list on this bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's.
But what if the condiment the only one that you had stocked was like a giant thing of like chili sauce, or like something hot, like a spicy sriracha. Like how many days can you have like fiery poops before you're just like, I can't eat this anymore?
Ooh, that's a mistake. You need to get your price needs to be a little bit higher for that one. But honestly, you could probably make it last longer though.
I've told myself that a lot in my life, and every time I end up crying in the bathroom by myself. And you know what? It's okay. So what's the story you're looking up? Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A. Oh, okay. Pennsylvania Chick-fil-A says customers under 16 must have an adult to dine in the restaurant.
Because why?
If you are not accompanied by an adult, you must leave, particularly past 6 p.m.
Are there too many troublemakers in Chick-fil-A lately?
That's what I'm saying. Okay,
wow.
So yeah, Chick-fil-A restaurant in Pennsylvania has banned unaccompanied minors from dining in after 6 p.m. The decision was made after a series of incidents involving disruptive behavior by unsupervised teenagers. So the policy is meant to ensure the safety and comfort of all customers, according to the restaurant owner. The policy does not apply to unaccompanied minors, and the restaurant is willing to work with parents to accommodate special circumstances. But basically, if you do not have a parent with you, you can't get into Chick-fil-A. And apparently there's been a lot of teenagers that are just rabble-rousers that are, getting lost in the sauce
as it were,
over at Chick-fil-A. But I'm just like, my mind automatically went to a place of, what if they just had a problem of small children just trying to get their sandwiches?
Small children buying
like
chicken
5-year-olds, 6-year-olds that are like, I'll have a number one with fries.
They're like,
Can't get some waffle fries with that. Where's your parent? This has happened 6 times today.
Okay.
Get out of here. You're not allowed. You don't have money. You don't know what the concept of money is. That would just be cool if they just had a rampant loose child
Maybe.
problem in Pennsylvania.
You know what I think though?
Okay. Tell me.
I mean that would make a little more sense. You know, there's some cities or some states, you know, that
Free
just
range
have like
parenting.
free range parents. There's like toddlers running around and kids get out of control. And
Yeah.
you know, at public places like a McDonald's or a Chick-Fil-A where there's a play place, you know, things can get out of hand quite quickly.
Yeah.
I think it's probably more likely that there's certain people that are on staff at that particular location that just don't do so good around kids.
No, I think they've had a serious issue with 5-year-olds stacking themselves on top of each other, wearing large trench coats, trying to order a lot of food.
No, that's exactly the kind of thing that this employee actually enjoys too much.
What?
Yeah.
What, this employee loves to have children sitting on each
They're
other's
just
shoulders,
they're
trying to
just
order more food than they can eat.
They're just covering their bases. They're like, oh, well, you know, we're doing this because, you know, the kids are, you know, they're just too much for us to handle. But really this guy's like, hey, bring all these. Hey, we need more. Why don't we should just have more kids running around, you know, like, and it's just like a weird, creepy man.
Oh, you're saying that they had to, that this situation probably was more likely to be an inside job where it's like, listen, we're gonna blame it on teenagers, but really the thing is Hank says a lot of weird stuff, so we're just gonna go ahead and just make a blanket statement and be like, listen, don't come in.
Yeah,
You're not allowed here.
like, but that guy always gives us those peach milkshakes. It's like, no.
Every time the local high school gets out of school, they just pop by like, hey, we're gonna get steak, and he's just like, whoa, Clarissa, you're looking mighty mature today.
Ew. You're like, wow, only 14 years old? Could have guessed 24. You're like something like very off-putting like that.
They're like, dude, you can't talk like that.
Do you mind unlocking
It's
that
like,
for me?
you can't talk like that. They are children. And he's like, what? There's nothing, but he never
children I love.
He never
He's
crosses
like, I
the
love
line.
No, I think he says things that does cross the line, but doesn't incriminate himself. He's like, what are you talking about? I love children. I love 5 and 6 year olds are my favorite. And I'm like, what do you mean your favorite? He's like, what? Oh, I mean, I guess, yeah, it's a new company policy, but I mean, let the kids play. Like, he's just, I think that there was some kind of twisted dark story that they just spun it this way to the public.
Do you think we might be dealing with like sort of a trying to get ahead of it sort of situation, kind of like how the Catholic Church turned down the Bluetooth so we don't hear the snappity snappers. There you go. They're trying to get ahead of the Catholic Church of like, we can't shift this guy into another branch or else people are going to catch up on that, because if he does eventually
catch up on that. Let's catch up on today's. Why? How did you miss those puns, bud?
Oh boy, I didn't even realize it. It just comes so natural.
I don't think we've ever talked about ketchup on this show before.
No, but we have talked about mayonnaise. We have talked about ranch
Chick-fil-A.
dressing.
We have talked about
Yeah. We're a foodie
Pickles.
podcast.
Yeah.
We didn't know it, but we're a food podcast.
Wow, we had Hot Monster the other week.
Not a food, but
Not a sponsor.
and not a sponsor yet. Get on it, Monster.
Send us the check. Don't make me hit this reverse sponsorship
or a new
button.
coffee maker because you ruined it.
That's right. Any other takes on Chick-fil-A?
No. We beat that dead chicken. Cool. Fan mail. It's time for us to read your fan mail. It's time that we love to read your mail, and that's why we call it the fan mail. That's why we call it fan mail.
Thank you guys so much. It really is. It's an honor to be able to read these messages and DMs that you leave for us. And every week, it's kind of my favorite part of the show is whenever we get to interact with you guys. And if you guys want to interact with us more, go ahead and follow us on the social medias: Instagram, TikTok, Twits. That's
yeah.
short. No, Twitter. Twitter's in hot water.
Like, we post clips of our podcast, so it's fun if you want to interact with all this stuff and get more into the Noisy Nation.
We can't get it. We can't get enough of you guys. So Noisy Nation, keep being noisy.
Yeah.
All right. So on this week's episode, we have one nice little ditty of a fan mail.
Okay.
Okay.
Let her rip.
says, "Hi guys. Listened to an episode for the first time a couple weeks ago. Saw that you guys were drinking hot monsters. My question is, Sean, do you try to get other people to drink gross hot beverages besides this one?"
Oh.
And I think that it is directed towards me, but I think we can both get into this one. Okay. To answer your question, listen, to me, it's a little something that I've, cleverly coined as the beverage paradox. When does a hot beverage become cold and when does a cold beverage become hot? It's honestly stumped scientists for centuries. And more than enjoying, the nice kick in the mouth of a piping hot fresh monster, I'm looking at it more from a scientific discovery point of view. Like, really, beverages have kind of, I'm going to go ahead and say it, beverages have kind of been in a rut the last few decades, pretty much since they took Surge off the market in the 90s. Do you remember Surge?
No.
You remember Surge? He don't remember?
We couldn't afford it.
Do you remember? It was like crack Mountain Dew. It was pretty solid. And Mountain Dew was already good. So anyway, it's just like, it's time that we introduce a new kind of beverage into the market. But sometimes you have to make those discoveries on your own, though. Okay. And that's also part of the fun of it, is like letting your creative mind wander around, a 7-Eleven at 2 a.m. and be like, it's really cold, but I want an energy drink. Maybe I should just throw this in my microwave. No, percolator kind of thing. So anyway, are there other beverages? I guess my answer would be not yet. Not yet, but Brayden did bring up something earlier today that I thought was interesting. Not anything that I'm going to engage in scientifically, but you did say that, well, outside of beverages, why don't people start experimenting with other things, other substances that could be better enjoyed hot? And we naturally went to cocaine. And we were like, yeah, cocaine's kind of like room temperature. Like, what if you made it cold? Or if you had hot cocaine, you're like, well, that's just crack cocaine. And then I said, I don't know a lot about science or drugs, but I do know a lot about piping hot monster. Not a sponsor. So anyway, are there any things off the top of your head that you're like, I wouldn't mind trying this hot once?
A beverage that,
or no, not anything. Just like anything that's going into your mouth. I was gonna say, but anything that you're consuming in any way. Is there anything that you've tried? You're like, I enjoy this, but it could be better hot.
No.
It's
no,
kind of.
I don't have it. I don't have that. You were the only one. Again, you were the one who introduced the whole concept of a hot monster. You enjoy a hot monster. That was a fun little experiment that we had.
I don't want to be.
I'm not going back to it.
I don't want to just continually go back to being pigeonholed into being the very wealthy podcast guys that got popular for just heating up a regular can of Monster on a nice Tuesday afternoon. Is that really the label that we want to put on ourselves?
It's the crime of the century.
I mean, it tasted like defecation.
Yeah.
But in the name of science,
that you then threw into a microwave and then.
You know what's funny? Yeah. You know what's really funny? After we filmed that episode, we're like, this is gross. Yeah. I stopped by a convenience store on the way home and grabbed one so I could pop it into the oven,
Just nice room temp.
Yeah. I mean, when you have the time, you preheat your oven, you throw in your hot monster.
Yeah, don't get it too hot. You don't want the can to explode.
But it was sometimes if you're running short on time or whatever, you just throw it into the toaster oven and burn your fingies. Ooh. Be careful. It's metal. It's still metal. It's aluminum. It'll get hot.
It's not great. Yeah. So I don't think there's really too much that
I have an issue. I do have an issue though. Okay. This is a whole nother segment, really.
Tell me about it, Sean.
We don't have any sad music or anything.
Do we not? You can't cycle through it?
I'll cycle through it if you
okay, let's see. Okay, yeah. Let me.
Should we let the audience know what I'm looking at? Would that be more fun, or should we keep it a secret? Should we tear down the barriers between us and the audience, or should we just stay on our throne of power and make them feel smaller than us?
Yeah, no. Keep them as peasants.
In the friggin' dark.
They're idiots.
That's right.
Nope, there's nothing there. Okay, we're looking at colors now. Oh, there's something where there's a little. Okay, sad and short. Not
That's all we've got. That's the saddest one we've got.
That's the only one we've got.
We're a pretty jovial podcast overall,
yeah.
I would say.
We need more presets.
Yeah, we do this so we don't feel bummed out about our regular lives,
Yeah, this is therapy. Also, some would consider a cry for help.
A little bit of a, we are trying to be happier.
Yeah, as we all are. As we all try to be.
So, anyway,
Yeah.
speaking of trying to be happier,
Yes.
I have tried to better myself in the kitchen. Not only trying to eat healthier and, meal prep and everything, but exploring how to become a better home cook. Because I understand that this is a valuable skill that the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it.
Sure.
And you can not only, make better eating choices for yourself, but these good habits can overflow into other people's lives that you care about.
Yeah.
Especially a single guy like me. Like if you learn how to prepare somebody's favorite dish, you can really impress them potentially, Like be like, wow, this guy, if anything, they would appreciate the effort, I would think. Right.
Yeah.
Now, what if you meet somebody that's really, really cool, and you're really trying to impress her, hypothetically, but her favorite food is a really difficult dish to make.
Okay.
A really, really difficult dish to make. For sure. And you can't even pronounce it because it's just so ethnic and delicious.
Yes. Yeah. I'm there.
So here's the thing. You can't really cut corners if you're trying to show somebody.
Watch me.
That perfect. I love that you are already exactly where I need you to be before I get to the end of the sentence. On the same page. Love it. Great minds. So basically, I have to figure out how to fake making a paella.
A paella. Is that the most ethnic sounding food you can think of?
It's from España.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, there's somebody whose favorite food is paella, and I have to learn how to make that.
Okay.
And first of all, I know it like the rest of you guys. What is paella? Just kidding. I was like, what kind of paella? Apple paella? Blueberry paella?
Dude, I love to sometimes go up to Julian and have some of Mama's apple paella.
It turns out it's a savory dish from Spain. And it has a lot of different kinds of seafood in it, and it takes hours and hours and hours. Yeah, and there's some rice and other stuff.
I was envisioning a pastry.
See, don't. If you invite this girl over,
she's not going to be my girlfriend.
She's not going to be the future missus or anything if you can't, hold her attention, because it's really hard to get a girl's attention and then hold her attention these days. You're competing with a lot of other things, and honestly,
a cell phone.
Women figured out that they don't really need men to make them happy.
It's true.
It
only took them all time.
It only took them their first experience with a sex toy that uses a battery. But hey, you know what?
Also, you're welcome, because I believe a man invented the battery.
What a vibrator can't do in the kitchen is something maybe I can learn how to do. So a pie is a really complicated dish. And it's okay, I can't do that.
Okay.
But I could maybe do something that's in homage to that.
Oh, an homage.
Yeah, in homage.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want to pull up the list of ingredients or something on the iPad, and maybe you can help me get through this sticky situation together, so we can really, help me have sex faster.
Okay.
Is that too much to say on this podcast?
I never thought that the speed of sex was an issue for you.
The speed? No. It's
more of the frequency and...
No, the speed is the issue.
Oh.
It's too much speed.
Oh, too much speed.
Lightning McCream.
Okay.
I'm joking, by the way. Don't quote me. Paella recipe. So I've learned how to do things with like chicken thighs, various kinds of pasta, making smash burgers at home. Very simple, rugged bachelor type
Spanish
stuff.
paella from
Spanish
scratch.
From scratch. See, that's what I got to do.
First off,
Here.
rating 4.9, 559 reviews.
Out of 5 stars. Wow, that's a lot.
Spanish paella.
Let me see a picture. Is there a picture? Look at that thing. The mariscos.
Look at the
arroz. The arroz.
Oh,
the
boy.
vegetables in
we
there.
got the clam.
Okay,
The
so
clam. Okay. This was. So you're dating Penelope Cruz.
I'm sure.
Why not?
Basically, what I want you guys to imagine is a younger Southern California version of Penelope Cruz.
Okay. First off, this looks very easy. What is your issue?
What are you talking about? There's so many things in there.
There's like 7 things.
There's not even a crust to cut off.
The produce, spices, saffron, seafood, chicken thighs, olive oil, white wine, Spanish rice, chicken broth. Easy. What
Okay.
are we doing here? Come on.
It's a difficult dish. It's still a difficult dish.
It's a difficult dish
All right.
if you can't read, I guess. This
So,
would be.
here's the
Saute
thing.
olive oil. Skillet. Medium heat.
Stop right
Add
there. Stop.
onion.
Slow down. We're gonna go as quickly as we can. We're gonna go line by line, and I'm gonna
do we
tell
want
you.
to?
How many lines are there?
There's like a full. This is like one of those blog posts where she's like, "My mama,
Oh.
she told me that I need to learn how to make the greatest paella out of
So
everything."
you're gonna here. So basically, hey listeners, if there's a microwavable paella, and I can.
Okay, here, listeners, let us know what you think. Should we continue to talk about this recipe?
Should we?
Or
I
can
thought
we
we.
talk-
I'm sorry. I thought we were a food podcast. I'm sorry.
Oh.
You said we were a food podcast. We were a foodie podcast.
I mean, I know I opened the podcast talking about ketchup, and the entire podcast this time has been about food.
You want to talk about boxing and
But-
how Mr. Paul lost? He lost.
No, I was going to say The Mandalorian Season 3 is coming out this week, and I'm not pumped.
That's in like a couple days.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Mandalorian season 3, and you're not pumped at all.
Nah.
But you like the first 2 seasons.
I do like the first 2 seasons. It
Is
very
this
fun.
a Pedro Pascal thing?
The problem is I'm not seeing in the show enough paella.
You want?
I want more paella.
Can I see
in
a?
there.
Can I just want to watch a show where Pedro Pascal cooks another Latino or Spanish dish, or maybe Guatemalan, Mexican.
In the Mandalorian outfit?
Yeah. Well, without the helmet, like he'll come on.
No, that's not the way.
He's like, I can cook it for you warm.
Yeah.
Or
no,
cold.
I want him to be teaching Grogu how he needs the Mandalorian
sous
cooking
chef.
show.
The Mandalorian cooking show. Sounds
Oh
great
my
to
gosh!
me.
And every time that Grogu doesn't, he's going to start to make a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
The Mandalorian just goes, "That's not the way,"
That's not the way.
and then he just adds a little, one or two shakes.
Little cute things like, all right, Grogu, you're going to need to put oil in the pan. That's a cold pan. Grogu, that's cold meat that you're putting in a cold pan. You have to let it come up to heat first.
Don't eat those baby cherry tomatoes.
Yeah. I would watch the hell out of that show. I really
Yes.
would. It does, I mean, I would.
Of course.
So would you be more pumped for,
For the Mandalorian cooking show,
Mando and Grogu's
Mando's.
cook-off extravaganza in outer space?
Yeah. Oh, would I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine he's wearing an apron, the Mandalorian,
Mm-hmm.
and Grogu wearing a little bitty chef's hat?
It would be so adorable.
Oh.
They would sell 1 million of those.
Oh, the
things.
Mandalorian cookbook.
Oh, like he has a little apron over his Beskar armor, right? I'm assuming.
Of course.
Like,
He's still
yeah.
wearing full armor.
And every
you
now
gotta
and
be ready
then,
for anything.
Every now and then, there's like a Jawa that tries to
There's
run into the frame. He's like, "Pew!" And he like shoots one.
Yeah, or they're doing it in front of a live audience, and so you got Wookiees.
Yeah, like all those things. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, this is Grogu. This is how we're gonna make paella.
I would watch that show.
And then you can impress your
Disney
girls.
Plus. Disney Plus.
Yeah, you're doing it all wrong.
What they're doing is like they're understanding that the people that are watching The Mandalorian, the diehard fans, are still the full-grown adult fanboys.
Yeah,
right.
but of course we're stuck in our adolescence,
Right.
So we never learned how to cook.
We know they need to teach them a skill, but in a way that seems interesting to them. So
And
you're going to
relatable.
trick them into being better members of society to learn to cook for themselves and their family, their loved ones, the people they're trying to impress, by having Mando and baby Grogu host like some kick-ass show on Food Network or something. I don't know.
Oh, dude, maybe yeah, exactly. Where we have these arrested adolescent men that haven't learned how to become real men, and they need to be connected to them, to the things that they're learning. So yes, we got the Mandalorian teaching you how to cook.
Sure.
We got who's the big Jason Statham teaching you how to change a tire from the transporter. You know, like all these kind of male role models that they're like, that's a cool thing. I love it.
Yeah.
I grew up with it. Chuck Norris will teach you how to make amends with your father.
Sure.
You know,
Something.
like things like that, where it's like, as an adult, these are the things you need to know. But the only way we can emulate it is by seeing our idols that are current present
People
day.
that we look up to, that we're trying to emulate, like you said. Yeah, it'd
right
be
away,
perfect.
because you have the adult men who need this help, and then you have the next generation. We need to be able to see, like, wouldn't you have loved to have seen Christian Bale teach as Batman, teach you how to like learn Excel spreadsheets,
No, wait a
how
second.
to budget for a monthly. He'd be like, "No, I don't have to do this, but you should learn how to take care of your finances. This is how you do it. You're going to need to get column A, summing column B. I like to go dark mode." You know?
That's your best Batman, though.
No, it's not my best Batman. I
But I see your point. I do see your point.
I am more of in tune with the Batman animated series, where it's just like, I'm the knight. I'm the
Kevin Conroy, R.I.P.
yeah. Or whatever.
Great,
you know,
great,
I'm
man.
not
The best
that
Batman,
great.
man.
Yeah, sure.
No, but
What are some other examples that you would have liked to have seen in your childhood teaching you a activity that is required of adulthood?
I mean, there's instantly one that came to my mind.
Okay.
I'm not going to try to stall and try to, rifle through the list of voices I think I could, confidently pull off like last minute. But I know that there's a lot of people that when you're coming of age, guys, that you're like, you don't want to have that conversation with your dad or your friends. You feel awkward about your changing body and you just want sex stuff explained to you for sex. Yeah. And whenever you're thinking about that, it's like, this is a young, impressionable kid, and it's a very vulnerable experience. But if they have one another, like, their role models, maybe like somebody that they could feel safe with, somebody they would feel secure watching put on, birth control on like a banana or something. Listen, I think if there's a way that we could get 1999's Brendan Fraser to teach a sexual education class, maybe.
Isn't that just a whale? He made it.
No, that's
It's a
not
little
sex
later
ed.
it's a little later than we liked.
All right, fine. So, okay, scrap Brendan Fraser.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I'm thinking who would I want? Michelangelo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
Mikey.
This is where the clit is.
Yeah, pretty much.
Zoinks. Wait, no, that's Scooby-Doo.
Oh, you don't want Shaggy. Like Scoob, she's squirting all over the place. like there's things that you're gonna learn in high school or junior high, whenever you guys are going through your mandatory sexual education courses. But there's like real life things, and there's like street terminology, urban dictionary type things that you don't know. Like Scoob, she wanted to give me a blumpkin, but I don't know what it is, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
let's follow the chart.
Maybe Shaggy's not the worst one because he's always like scared,
Yeah.
And
It's like, I am too.
I'm scared too. Like, do I really want to be backing out a spicy hot dog whenever she's trying to give me like you know
dirty
what I mean?
Sanchez?
Yeah. No, turns out no. But Shaggy wouldn't make me feel confident. And the thing is, like, you want to feel knowledgeable and you want to feel confident when you do find yourself in that situation as a man.
Yeah.
Like, whose voice do you want to pop up into your head to be like, all right, partner, we're going to get through this. And it's like it's the entire G.I. Joe cast for me, kind of.
From the first movie?
No, the animated show.
Oh, okay. We're talking about
Or
like
or
80s style
or Cobra, the
whatnot.
bad guy.
Yeah,
Skeletor.
See, I always there's that, that I can't remember what his name, but he is almost the cowboy's cowboy in almost all the westerns that we've seen, and he talks like listen, there's nothing like better than the
I see.
cold wind on a summer's day.
Yeah,
he's got a big old handlebar mustache. He's in like every cowboy.
got that.
Like,
Yeah,
I always thought of that as being the fatherly voice, but I don't think I ever related to him. Like he's like the father figure, but not someone I wanted to emulate. But you know who I wanted to be was Batman Beyond.
Okay.
And he would talk like that.
Batman would not talk like
No,
that.
I'm just kidding.
No. What? Okay, so
like-
basically, you're describing somebody with like the soothing, deep.
No.
Voice
We're
of
just
a
talking
of a Sam Elliott, dude. Come on, imagine that guy.
Is that who we're talking about?
The guy with the big bushy mustache.
That's who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
that's who you want.
No, that's who I want to impart wisdom on me.
Sexual wisdom is yeah.
Now sometimes she's gonna get your sheets wet.
Don't be afraid to pay attention to her stinker. She's gonna be embarrassed about it at first, but listen to me, there, partner.
There's nothing.
It's gonna open up a whole new world to you for sexual satisfaction.
particularly if you're trying to finger bang in the brand new Dodge Ram 2018.
If you want to practice safe sex, you're gonna want the safest truck you have. The safest truck America offers on the market.
If you're gonna try and impregnate a 20-year-old,
No, you don't want to impregnate
of a,
I got it.
or if you don't want to,
Ford F-150. Because if you're gonna pull out and blow your piping hot kid. Okay, sorry, let me start over. The all-new 2024 Ford F-150. Because if you're going to pull out and blow your spicy little load on some girl's chest, you're going to want to do it in the roomiest compartment in this mid-sized truck. Ford F-150. Put down a blanket first.
we ride dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. That would make sense.
I think, that sounds perfect to me.
Yeah, but who... So we had Batman. Who else was there?
Who was my hero?
Yeah.
Who was my childhood hero?
Dude, so personally, if I had Zorro, like, teaching me...
Think about how suave you would be. You would have that, like...
Oh, dude, I'd be carving my name in.
That Latin swagger and the swashbuckler sword play. And you'd probably be more, like, into, like, role play.
So he's going to
and
teach
costume.
me game. He's going to teach me game.
Wow,
Like,
he would.
You're going to want to get to the ladies, and you're going to want to let them. You're going to want to let them feel safe, confident, and maybe you can start off with a bit of a nag. Don't let them feel like they're better than you. You know.
Pretty much,
just teaches you game.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't do
You're
it.
going to have to wait.
Perhaps it is best to imagine your member like a large chapstick. Just rub it around the edge a few times to make her just quivering and trembling with pleasure.
Tease it like your rapier.
I don't know, but this is not where I thought this was going to go. And we're also out of time.
I know you. Well, we're not out of time. This is a podcast. We can do it as long as we
I'm
want.
out of time.
But if you're, if you don't want to talk about this anymore, it's fine. But anyhow, I think that's. I thought there was a lot of fertile ground there.
There was, but we're not prepared. Like, I think we're
never prepared. I got the Heinz story wrong to begin with.
We can circle back on this one, and I can have some time to really think about whose voice do I want to pop up even nowadays.
See,
Whose voice do I want to give me, like, slow down there, brother?
I would probably want Ray Romano to teach me how to
Ray
circle back.
Romano.
You gotta make sure to. Never mind.
Anyway, like I said, we're gonna need to workshop. This is something that's it's okay.
We're not going
But
to talk about this again, guys. This is
never
it.
again.
But
Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening to
exactly,
this episode.
and hopefully the sound is a lot better. And we enjoy each and every one of you. Send in all your stuff and all that, and most of all, make sure to be and stay noisy.
Damn. We could not quite nail that last bit. I mean, it was fine.